Jet pumps also in each wing group. And we also have one at the feeder tank, but the only way these jet pumps work is motor flow of the fuel. It creates a vacuum, takes these telescopic looking tubes here, and it sucks the fuel out of each wing tank section and delivers them into the feeder tank. So this thing is pretty redundant if you want to get down to it. Not only that, if we lose all of our electrical power, we still got pressurized wing tanks. It gives it a positive feed to the engine, the HMU. That's nice. And that fuel pressure is regulated at 3 PSI for the fuel tank. Okay, I do have a good animation for that too. Know your limitations, of course.
Where exactly are those feeder tanks located?
They're in the center. The 2000 has a, it's kind of like you got a forward, the EX has a forward tank and an aft tank. You got 2 extra tanks in that airplane, holds more fuel. But there should be underneath the fuselage.
Okay.
And they overlap.
They're kind of stacked on top one another, or?
No, they got a dry mod that they displaced it with because the fuel was leaking out on the floor. They had a fuel leak from the center tank, and it made a big mess in the fuselage, and that's why they decided to modify it and give it more space, more of a sill than what it was, so that it never happened again. So everybody now should have the dry mod, which means you only got 12,099 pounds instead of 12,155. Everybody has that, should have it done. Okay, fuel management quantity computer. I'm not gonna get you guys know what that is. What does the low level light here? What manages that? And what does that light mean?
You got 1,000 pounds.
You got 1,000 pounds. And that light there, that level light, is unlike the low fuel light. The low fuel light is 250 pounds. That's your resume light.
That's what I was thinking.
The level light is managed by the FQMC, by the way.
And that's 1,000.
That's 1,000 pounds. Okay. I got a good animation on this one too. This is what your FQMC does. It manages everything, even shines your toenails. But it does all your fluids. Hydraulic manages that, your level light, your chip detection, filter clogging, things like that. And it's always been under self-test. It manages oil levels too in the APU and in the engine. That's something, isn't it? So anything has to do with fluid, it's there or chip. See where your 1,000 pound level detection? If that thing is inoperative, it's a no-go.
No-go.
Certain functions of it can be inoperative, but hell, you don't know what those codes are. And it'll come up with a code, so you can diagnose it and see if it's ME eligible or not, okay? Everybody knows we've already covered this at the wing root. And now let me cover this real quick. So did we already talk about the fueling light when that thing comes on?
Yes.
Okay, good. And that can come on in flight too.
We've had it come on in flight.
Mm-hmm. And then what does it say to do in the checklist? It says, watch your fuel. Mm-hmm. You could be sucking fuel out of it. And you could have a fuel, by having those doors open, it means you could have a leak going on. And then you better get ready for a symmetry fuel. What's the maximum fuel imbalance?
3,200.
Huh?
3,200.
3,200?
22.
Oh, okay. That's exactly right. But that was just a limitation the FAA had to know. This thing flies really good at 3,500 pounds. You won't even notice it hardly. But yeah, there's fuel vent. And when we go open that, hook up the single point refueling hose, it automatically, makes it kind of bulletproof. You have to lift that up to hook it up. As soon as you hook it up, it releases the pressure in the wing tanks. Yeah, I'll know that. And there's also, believe it or not, a cap that goes over that. Like if we're gonna sit in the hangar for several months, you could get dust and stuff around that. That cover prevents that from when you go to open it up, that you don't get no dust inside the fuel tank on the walk around. This is what causes that, fueling annunciator light, all the possible scenarios that would cause that light to come on. And the fuel freezing point of Jet A, where would I find this at?
The airplane flight manual.
There you go. All right, system limitations, fuel temperature must be maintained at, okay, I'm not gonna cover that, you guys did. Maximum filling pressure 50. And I don't think they even make that fuel anymore.
Prohibited, right?
But Russ says that, yeah, that you can get it in Russia. And if it does, it says it's prohibited according to that bulletin. Fuel additives, look at that Falcon sphere, that's why I was trying to,
Where would that be though in here? I haven't played with it all that much, I mean.
it'd be under fuel.